2 years after I left my abuser, I started thinking about writing the book, but I would break down every time I tried to, it was, you can imagine what it feels like, right? It's very emotionally draining to even face your fears, to go back. It's like an accident, right? You don't want to recall every step that led to that accident and what happened thereafter. But I realized I'd written a small article for Femina, I think in 2015, because that also took me a year just to write those, 500 words. And this was like a floodgate had opened up. I had women from all around the country message me that, Meghna, I've been abused. A girl who was a dancer said that her boyfriend broke her spine. An actress, I don't want to name her, she called me up and said, my actor husband has thrown me out of a moving car and I can't talk about this in public because it'll ruin his image. So women were so hesitant to speak up because they were still protecting their perpetrators. Because we are taught कि अगर हम कुछ बोलेंगे तो उसका career खराब हो जाएगा, that we'll ruin his life if we speak up about it. This mentality also needs to stop. So I think that Femina article really gave me a lot of impetus because I found that my voice and me speaking out, a lot of other women were also finding the courage to speak out. I wanted to was to steer clear of any tropes or any victimhood. So if I'd stuck to just what had happened to me, it wouldn't have resonated it would have sounded like too much of victimhood. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to give it a twist. I wanted to make it a tale of hope, because I think that's what women need to hear. That a tale of redemption, of revenge. Trust me, most of the people I speak to want to get some sort of revenge on their exes, but this was, of course, a different kind of redemption, because that closure had not yet come to me, to be honest. If my perpetrator had even once said, I'm sorry, this book would have not even come about. Because sometimes all we need is a simple apology. I am sorry. Trust me, none of you wouldn't even be having this conversation today. But the fact is that my perpetrator was completely unapologetic about his actions. He acted like it was all my fault. So for me, I wanted that closure. I was seeking redemption. And for me, writing has always been healing. It's always been my solace. It's always been the Dettol to any wound that I've had, so to speak. So for me also, the book, I wanted to give it that little, uptick of, let's avoid all the tropes, that women are either, Abla Naris or Krantikaris. Let's make her a mix of both. Let's give the character some sort of dichotomy, because all of us as human beings, right? We're fundamentally flawed human beings, right? We're not perfect. And let's not strive for perfection. There's not a certain narrative we fit of a victim. Victim, she'll always be sitting in a corner weeping about her life. And unfortunately, what's happened is, if you look around you also, Sucheta, if you know women who've been abused, and I'm sure you do because we all do, right? A lot of them tend to get so trapped underneath that abuse that they never come out of it. They never break out. We need to give them this narrative that, there is hope, there is redemption, there's a life for you after you leave your abuser. And it's a wonderful life. And you can get your redemption or revenge or closure in whatever way you see. Now, of course, this was fiction, so it was a very fictionalized version of it. But in daily life too, find yourself, heal yourself, and become such a good version of yourself that the perpetrator will feel sorry for the day that he ever raised his hand on you. And I think that's what I wanted to come through. Let's step away from this victimhood. Let's go into the, not even survivor mode. Let's go into that, how women can hit back, clap back, slap back, and really, really make a life that everybody envies, even though they've been through hell and back.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.